When do you think it's too much reassurance? Like, let's say you get reassurance every day on different things. Do you find that that's too much?
There is a difference between needing reassurance all the time because you're insecure about something,
right,
and you need your partner or the person that you are dating helping you answer the question that you have about certain layer of your life or the insecurity of the trauma that you have. This is very different than needed reassurance because you don't hear enough, like you, from me.
Right.
For example, you know?
Right.
For example, I give you an example that I think a lot of people have.
Yeah.
When someone got cheated multiple of times on, you know that they will ask their partner to confirm that they are not going to cheat.
Yes.
You know?
And that's reassurance. Yeah.
And for them, that's reassurance.
Yeah.
But you can't base your relationship on that because you're going to make your partner feel, they're going to become crazy, for example. And even it's even more like that. And it can be a man as well who asks for that, by the way.
Of course.
It can be a man, not only a woman.
Yeah,
some men as well have been triggered by that as well. But this is when reassurance start to feel like it's not reassurance anymore. It's more like a proof.
Yeah.
You have to prove some things.
I understand what you're saying because there is a thin line between insecurity and I know you're not going to like this, but if that's the way that you receive love, right? So, for example, words of affirmation. That is similar to reassurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's reminding your partner about the good things about them. And I'm not just talking about, about physical things. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, wow, you're so beautiful. That's not the only thing that encompasses reassurance. It's like, oh, thank you for this meal. I think a lot of it has to do with gratitude as well.
Gratitude, yeah, you're right.
So it's like appreciating all the things your partner does for you. Oh, thank you for, noticing that the milk I drink is gone and then going to get it, or whatever it is, like cleaning or dry cleaning, picking up your dry cleaning on the way home from work. Just like those small bits of affection that shows you that your person's thinking about you, and then kind of verbalizing that gratitude. That's in a way a reassurance to know, like, hey, my partner, they actually appreciate me. And they noticed that I went out of my way to do something for them, or that I spent time and love making this meal for them. Those type of things. I think that's what reassurance is to women.
Yeah.
Mostly. And yes, of course, we want to know that we're beautiful. We want to know we're the only one that, you see and you think about, but we also deeply want to know we're appreciated.
Yeah.
And valued. Yeah.
Something that you said as well, and I realized it because you were explaining to me, and I feel I finally understand it. When you do something, you want to also understand that your partner recognized what you do. You also sometimes as well, we don't understand how much our women are going out of their way to do certain things for us.
Right.
Or sometimes we understand it, but because of what I said before, the trauma and the reassurance problem and all the barrier that we have in our brain, we don't say it, even if we recognize it.
Yeah.
Many times I recognize that you do certain things for me that you didn't have to do, or you go out of your way to do it, and consciously, I don't verbalize it.
Right.
And consciously.
Yeah.
Because when I realize it, I say it, And even when I say it, I should even say more than what I said. But again, I still have this little barrier that I'm working on.
Yeah.
But I still have these little things to tell me, like, hey, don't go too much. It's fake.
Right.
It's gonna sound fake. And you know me, as I like to be true. I like to all these things. It's a hard things to work on. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I think something that I've also heard before, like from friends even, and in the past, I think a lot of men don't verbalize or notice those type of things because they just assume it's easy. It's easy for the woman to do it
Yeah.
Also, they have an expectation that she'll do it.
Yeah.
So especially like if in the beginning of a relationship, you kind of as a woman set a standard of the things that you're gonna bring to the relationship.
Yeah.
And then you keep doing them, like a lot of the times you won't get reassurance for it later down the line, because the man is going to be like, well, you set the standard. This is what you kind of offered at the start.
Yeah.
That's the expectation you set for me.
Yeah.
Of what I'm going to receive. So I just assume that that's easy for you. And that's kind of what you like to do.
Something about that. Is it because of the gender role? Because when you said you're a man, you're a provider.
Yeah.
You go to work, you bring out the money on the table. That's your job. You're a woman. You stay at home, take care of the child, clean, cook, and make sure that the house is ready. So, because I feel like when you have your relationship like that, and when you live like that, you're gonna go out of your way to do what the women do, and the women do the same thing as well. So you can't understand what she's feeling, how hard it is, And I don't say that woman doesn't work, But for the woman, for example, who choose this life, then she also probably not gonna give reassurance to her man who work, Meanwhile, I feel like she probably will do more by saying, "Oh, look, you work hard. I cooked your favorite meal or whatever, or something like that, But the men, the trauma that we have, plus the fact that we don't, if sometimes some of them doesn't even do what their women do, so they can even understand it. On top of it, you had another layer, and then that's the reason that you have a man who doesn't understand what it means to be in the body of to be at the place of their woman, for example. And then you will never have reassurance for them. They're going to say, what are you talking about? I'm working. You just at home.
And that's a great point that you bring, because as you're talking, I was just thinking, like, in any relationship, there are going to be some gender roles assumptions, right?
Yeah.
As much as, like, things are, even if you're in a relationship where you believe in equity and equality and teamwork and things like that, there's, eventually you're gonna, maybe you're gonna take out the trash and I'm gonna cook for the most part. Doesn't mean always, but for the most part. But what I think, in all relationships, what I think happens is, if the man is working, and even if the woman is working, we just assume that is your job. So then we're not going to say thank you for going to work and paying the bills, right? We're not going to do that because that's what you're supposed to do. And even if we weren't in this family unit, you would be doing that for yourself. So why am I going to say thank you to you? Are you working for me? So, and I also think that stems from not having enough conversations about that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I wouldn't work as hard if I didn't have you and the kids to support, Maybe I would do something different. Maybe I would do more things in my free time. But no, I come home and I spend time with you. So, and there's not enough conversations about appreciation. And even for men, I think a lot of the times, when you ask men why they cheated, is because they didn't feel appreciated at home, or they didn't feel valued, or maybe their woman didn't pay attention to all the things that they contribute.
Yeah.
But whereas to the woman, it's like, well, it's your job to contribute that because I'm doing all this stuff, and well, you don't appreciate all these things that I do. So it just becomes like a competition in a way of who's doing more,
exactly,
and who's, appreciated the least in a way.